Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to try making a Roblox-style 3D obby game using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. To make things more interesting, I'm going to compare the coding abilities of 3 different AI models: ChatGPT, Gemini, Meta AI. They'll give each AI the same challenge and compare the quality of the code they generate. Right now, ChatGPT's coding agent Codex is still installing. So while that's happening, I've already started testing Gemini and Meta AI. Meta AI has already finished generating its response, and Gemini has also completed its solution. Codex is still downloading, so we'll wait for that before making the final comparison. Once all 3 responses are ready, we'll build the game, test each version, and compare them based on things like graphics, gameplay, controls, performance, mobile compatibility, overall quality. At the end of the video, we'll see which AI creates the best Roblox-style obby game using only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
After testing Meta AI and Gemini, I have to say both of them actually did a really good job. Meta AI generated a complete game structure with a clean interface, and Gemini went even further by creating a full 3D Roblox-style obby game. The Gemini project includes a loading screen, main menu, mobile touch controls, a third-person camera, checkpoints, coins, achievements, skins, settings, and even multiple obstacle stages. It also uses Three.js to render the 3D world, making it feel much closer to an actual Roblox experience. Overall, both AIs delivered surprisingly solid results. So let's open the Gemini game and see how it actually performs. We'll test the graphics, controls, gameplay, performance, mobile compatibility, and overall experience to find out which AI creates the best Roblox-style obby game. Alright guys, it's been a few minutes, and now both Meta AI and Gemini have finished generating their projects. I wasn't expecting such detailed responses. I thought they would just generate a simple HTML page with a few platforms, but both of them actually understood the assignment really well. The prompt I gave them wasn't easy. I asked them to create a 3D Roblox-style obby game using only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. On top of that, I wanted it to work on PC, mobile, and tablets with responsive controls and a proper user interface. That's actually a pretty big project because browsers don't have Roblox physics built in. Everything has to be created from scratch. So let's start with Meta AI first. Meta AI, looking at Meta AI's response, the first thing I noticed is that it generated a well-organized project. Instead of giving random pieces of code, it actually structured everything properly. It explained what each part of the project does, how the game should work, and how the files are connected together. That's definitely a good start. The interface also looks clean, and overall, it feels like Meta AI understood the requirements. Of course, the real test isn't how good the code looks. The real question is, does it actually work? We'll test that in just a moment.
First impressions. So far, before even running the games, here are my first impressions. Meta AI focused on creating a clean project with a good structure. Gemini focused on adding lots of features and making the game feel much closer to an actual Roblox obby. Neither approach is wrong. Sometimes a smaller project performs better. Sometimes a larger project has more features. That's why we're going to test both of them instead of judging them just by looking at the code. What we're going to compare. While testing these games, I'm going to look at several different things. First, graphics. Does the game actually look like a Roblox obby? Second, controls. Are the controls smooth? Can I move properly? Can I jump correctly? Third, performance. Does the game lag? Does it keep a stable frame rate? Fourth, mobile support. Can it actually be played on a phone? Or is it only designed for desktop? Fifth, gameplay. Is it fun? Are there checkpoints? Different obstacles? Progression? Finally, overall quality. Which AI created the better experience? Now that we're inside the game, let's take a closer look at what the AI has actually created. Right away, the environment looks clean, and the controls feel responsive. Movement is smooth, the camera follows the player nicely, and jumping works exactly as expected. That's already a great start because browser-based 3D games often struggle with basic movement. I'm also checking if there are any frame drops or major bugs while exploring the map. So far, everything seems stable. The platforms are placed well, the lighting looks decent, and the game doesn't feel like a rushed prototype. For something generated entirely by AI, this is honestly more polished than I expected.
Now let's see what happens when I actually start playing through the obstacle course. The first few jumps are pretty simple, which is good because it gives new players time to understand the controls. As I move further, the obstacles become a little more challenging, and that's exactly what an obby should do. It shouldn't be difficult right from the beginning. The progression feels natural, and I like that the game slowly introduces different platform layouts instead of repeating the same obstacle over and over. I'm also paying attention to how responsive everything feels, because even a small delay can make platforming frustrating. Thankfully, the controls still feel smooth, and the character responds almost instantly whenever I move or jump. So far, I'm honestly enjoying this more than I expected. As I continue exploring, I'm noticing that the level design isn't just copied and pasted everywhere. There are different platform sizes, different colors, and even some obstacles that require better timing. That makes the gameplay feel more interesting instead of repetitive. I'm also checking how the camera behaves while making quick turns and long jumps because that's something many browser games struggle with. Fortunately, the camera follows the player smoothly without getting stuck or clipping through objects. Another thing I like is that the controls remain consistent, so I don't have to fight the game while trying to complete the course. Up to this point, everything has been running surprisingly well, and I haven't encountered any major bugs or game-breaking issues. That's definitely a positive sign for an AI-generated project. Now I'm going to keep moving through the course and see if the game stays consistent. Sometimes AI-generated games start off really strong but become buggy as you progress further, so this is an important test. Up to this point though, everything has been working exactly as expected. The jumps feel fair, the platforms are spaced well, and I haven't noticed any invisible walls or unexpected glitches. That's honestly impressive because platforming games rely heavily on precise movement. If the controls or physics feel off, the entire experience becomes frustrating. Here, the movement feels predictable, which makes each jump satisfying. It really feels like the AI understood the basic idea behind a Roblox obby, instead of simply placing random blocks around the map. One thing I really appreciate is that the AI didn't just focus on making the game playable, it also tried to make it enjoyable. The environment has enough variety to keep you interested, and as you move forward, you actually want to see what's coming next. That's something every obby should do. Even though the graphics are fairly simple, they suit the style of the game and help everything run smoothly in the browser. If I were to improve anything, I'd probably add more decorations, animated obstacles, and maybe some sound effects or background music to make the experience feel even more alive. But considering this entire project was generated from a single prompt, I honestly can't complain. It's doing much better than I expected before starting this challenge. Now let's see how the game handles some of the later obstacles. Usually, this is where small issues start to appear if the mechanics aren't implemented properly. I'm taking my time with these jumps to see if the collision detection stays accurate, and so far it's been very consistent. Every jump feels predictable, and when I miss a platform it feels like it was my mistake rather than the game being unfair. That's exactly how an obby should feel. I also like that the game keeps introducing new layouts instead of repeating the same challenge over and over. It keeps the experience fresh and makes me want to continue playing to see what comes next. For a project generated entirely by AI, it's definitely exceeding my expectations so far. At this point, I think it's fair to say that the AI has done a pretty solid job. Before making this video, I honestly expected a basic demo with a few floating platforms and simple movement. Instead, what we got is something that actually feels like the beginning of a real game. Of course, it's not perfect, and there are still plenty of things that could be improved, but that's true for almost every first version of a game. What's really impressive is that all of this started from a single prompt. Just a few minutes later, the AI had generated an entire playable project. That's something that would have taken much longer if it had been built completely by hand. And it's amazing to see how far these AI tools have come in such a short amount of time. Greater than now that I've spent a good amount of time playing this game, I can start judging it a little more fairly. The first impression was already good, but what's more important is whether it stays enjoyable after several minutes of gameplay. Thankfully, it does. The controls remain smooth, the performance is stable, and I haven't run into any major bugs that completely ruin the experience. That's something I honestly wasn't expecting from an AI-generated project. Sure, there are small areas that could be polished, like adding more visual effects, better sound design, or a wider variety of obstacles. But those are improvements rather than serious problems. As a playable browser game, it's already a really solid foundation, and I can definitely imagine someone expanding this into something much bigger. After testing the gameplay for a while, I think the AI understood the main objective really well. It wasn't just about creating a 3D scene, It actually built something that feels like an hobby. The movement, jumping, and progression all work together to create a fun experience. Of course, if this were a real game release, I'd still spend time improving the visuals, adding more animations, and making the environment feel more alive. I'd probably include moving obstacles, special power-ups, hidden collectibles, and maybe even multiplayer support in the future. But as a starting point generated entirely by AI, this is genuinely impressive. It shows that AI is becoming a useful tool for developers, especially when it comes to creating prototypes and getting ideas off the ground much faster. Overall, I'm pleasantly surprised by what this AI was able to produce. When I started this challenge, I wasn't expecting such a complete experience. I thought I'd end up fixing lots of broken code or dealing with constant errors. But that really wasn't the case here. The game launches properly, the mechanics work as intended, and the overall experience is enjoyable from start to finish. That's not to say it's perfect, because every game has room for improvement, but the important thing is that it provides a solid base to build on. If a developer wanted to continue working on this project, they could easily add new stages, improve the graphics, include more game modes, or even turn it into a much larger browser game. That's what makes AI such an exciting tool for game development. If I had to rate this project based only on gameplay, I'd definitely give it a good score. It delivers exactly what I asked for in the prompt, a playable 3D hobby that runs directly in the browser. More importantly, it doesn't feel like a simple tech demo. It actually feels like the beginning of a real game that someone could continue developing. That's probably the biggest compliment I can give an AI-generated project. Instead of replacing developers, I think tools like this are best used to speed up the early stages of development. They can handle the basic framework, allowing developers to spend more time polishing the gameplay, improving the visuals, and adding unique ideas that make a game stand out from the rest. Now it's time to compare this with the other AI-generated projects. Every model had the exact same prompt, but each one approached the challenge differently. Some focused on keeping the project simple and well organized, while others tried to include as many features as possible. That's actually what makes this comparison so interesting. It shows that AI models don't just generate identical answers, they each have their own strengths. From what I've seen so far, this project performs well in terms of gameplay and stability. It might not have the most advanced graphics, but it succeeds where it matters most by providing a fun and playable experience. At the end of the day, that's something every game should aim for, whether it was created by a person or generated with the help of AI. After spending time with all of these projects, I can honestly say that AI has come a long way when it comes to coding. Just a few years ago, generating an entire 3D game from a single prompt would have sounded impossible. Now, we have multiple AI models creating playable experiences in just a matter of minutes. They're definitely not perfect, and they're not going to replace experienced developers anytime soon. But they're becoming incredibly useful for prototyping ideas, learning new concepts, and speeding up development. If I wanted to build a game like this myself, I'd still make plenty of changes, but having the AI generate a working foundation saves a huge amount of time and lets me focus on improving the parts that really matter. So if I had to choose a winner based on today's challenge, I wouldn't just look at which AI generated the most code. I'd look at which one delivered the best overall experience. A game should be fun, responsive, stable, and easy to build upon, and I think that's a much fairer way to judge these projects. Every AI in this comparison had its own strengths, and each one surprised me in a different way. Some focused on clean structure, while others packed in more features. That's actually great to see, because it means you can choose the AI that best matches your workflow. Whether you're a beginner learning game development or an experienced developer looking to prototype ideas quickly, these tools can save a lot of time and help bring your concepts to life much faster than starting from scratch. Before wrapping up, I want to mention that this comparison isn't about proving one AI is perfect or another is bad. The goal was simply to see how each model handles the exact same challenge. Every AI approached the prompt differently, and that's what made this experiment so interesting. Some focused on generating more features, others focused on cleaner structure and readability, but in the end they all managed to create something playable. That's honestly more impressive than I expected when I started recording this video, and it shows just how quickly AI-assisted game development is improving. And that's going to be it for today's AI coding challenge. I honestly had a lot of fun making this comparison because I wasn't sure what to expect when I gave all three A is the exact same prompt. Some of them surprised me with the number of features they included, while others impressed me with how clean and playable the final game turned out to be. It's amazing to see how quickly AI coding has evolved, and I can only imagine how much better these tools will become over the next few years. Now I want to hear your opinion. Which AI do you think deserved to win this challenge? Was it ChatGPT, Gemini, or Meta AI? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments, because I'm really curious to see if your ranking matches mine. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more AI battles, coding challenges, and game development experiments like this, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps support the content and motivates me to keep making videos like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.